Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another video. My name is Tom. This is Duchess, and we're having a little bit of a I told you so moment. Well, let's just get into it. So, a couple of days ago, GM finally announced, after months and months of waiting, they announced that they're bringing the Bolt back. So, I know you guys already know this. I just thought I'd give my 2 cents on it. And I'm saying this a little bit with a crooked smile on my face. Well, because we know how great the Bolt is. And it'd be a stupid thing to do, to get rid of the Bolt, the whole line, everything. It never fit into my head. And it progressively got worse and worse as time went on. And I think I reported briefly on the fact that their CEO even made a comment that she loves her Bolt, and I don't know. I guess the rest was just baloney, because here we are, the Bolt's coming back. Still don't know much of anything when it comes to, the platform, when it's going to come back. The only thing I knew for certain was that they were closing down the production line that the Bolt EV was originally in or on the location, and they were going to make the Blazer instead. So I don't know if that's changed as well. Honestly, I'm not sure that really matters. The only thing that matters is that the Bolt EV has prevailed, and it has come back, and hopefully it'll come back in a better form, albeit without CarPlay. I do feel the need to point out, speaking of CarPlay, that I keep getting ads on Instagram. This is the scary part about the internet and just the way that, things go. I make a big deal about CarPlay. I make videos, I put them up, and then for some strange reason, I get ads for these CarPlay adapters that you can mount to the dashboard in your car, kind of like what I did with the third display, except this is a wireless adapter that gives you CarPlay. Kind of interesting, huh? And I think you can even run some wires in there so that you can control like the stereo and whatnot, so you can get output from it, so you can play your music and such through it. And I'm thinking to myself, man, how do these people know this stuff? It's really scary. But you know what? It is what it is. That is the nature of the internet. Advertising is a thing, and tracking cookies are real. It's just kind of weird that it's now starting to be a little bit more, encompassing, where, you do a video, you have a conversation with somebody, and boom, there's some ads in your Instagram or on your Facebook or something waiting for you, and you're like, what? I had an oh damn moment a couple days ago, and it was similar to this CarPlay thing, where I was scrolling through social media, and I vividly remember having a conversation with my mother in another language, non-English. My mother and I speak Polish to each other, and there was a product placement, advertisement or whatever, for something that I was talking to my mom in Polish about. Boom, there it was. And I literally said to myself, oh damn, that's interesting. I can understand English. I can understand, English. But I guess it's happening in all the languages. So be careful. This goes back to that, that cybersecurity video that I shot, that PSA that I made a little bit a while ago, about keeping your information and your personally identifiable information safe. This kind of ties back to that. Just, do your best, do your diligence, I guess, to make sure that what you're doing is keeping your information from being, leaked or stolen or whatever. So that's that. It's a short video. I'm out here with our pup. She's over here inspecting the property as she does, and I somewhere in the background hear animals fighting, but they're far enough away that I'm not concerned yet. It's coming from that direction. So there's some woodsy areas over there. So normally they fight over here because there's a water supply there. So I guess they just come and drink or whatever. But and it's that water supply that's over here is actually separate from this reservoir that has a fence around it. You know, I don't know if you guys know that. I don't know if I ever pointed it out actually, but this reservoir doesn't actually belong to me like I wish it would. This is a freshwater reservoir. It's basically a rainwater collection facility. And right there, these bright lights, that's the city yard. So they have all their tractors, all their telephone poles. There's like spare piles of telephone poles over there. And adjacent to it is Union Waterworks, which is our water utility. But this is where they pump in and out of. There's a nice government fence around this, you know, fat barbed wire. And it's the kind of barbed wire that doesn't give. It's as tight as a guitar string. And what I actually started doing, as you can see, maybe you can see, I've let some of these grasses and weeds grow in front of this fence. So I don't mow all the way up against the fence like I used to. It's also a pain to do because Kubo has one of those safety bars, the roll cage. The roll cage. It's like a roll bar, I guess. And that bar used to get hung up on these barbs. So what I did was I just, you know, I give it a foot and then I just mow right next to it. It's kind of nice because the grass kind of covers this nasty metal fence, and it doesn't really obstruct the view because the house is probably about 25 feet taller or higher when it comes to, you know, the view and whatnot. So we can see right over the fence. This thing over here, I'll show you real quick. This is some form of weed. I don't know what it is, but it loves the top part of this fence and it goes all the way down. And typically around here is where the deer will hang out. And, you know, they'll come up. Like we've had a deer actually next to our barbecue a couple nights ago. That was kind of interesting. I heard hoofs like clup, 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 clup. And I went to my bathroom window and sure enough, there was a deer on the concrete pad that the barbecues are sitting on. Kind of interesting. But they live through here, through this little gap that's right in here. And they come and go. I know she can smell them. She's actually used to the deer. She used to panic. She used to get the shakes when she smelled the deer. But now she's smelling, you know, the place where they, you know, feast. I guess they eat this stuff, whatever this stuff is coming down from the trees and whatnot. And she's used to it now. But anyway, as far as that weed goes, I kind of wish it would keep growing because it's kind of a nice cover for this fence. But I'm pretty sure that the city's going to come by at some point and hack it off because that is a lot of weight for this fence, even though this fence is very durable and very strong, and I'm pretty sure it'll stop a car. It'll stop a Bolt EV for sure. I'm pretty sure they're going to take that down. Also, I don't hear anything yet, but last year we had some weird noises in there, like weird birds or weird animals. And also there was a fence that went along this way right in front of this pole, and you can kind of see where the groove was of that fence. That fence was covered in that stuff. And also there was a tree. You can see the stump right here. We cut this tree out to, you know, kind of open it up, but this tree was completely enveloped by whatever this is. So kind of scary, but if you give nature 10 minutes, she'll take over. Dutch, come on. There you are. Say hi to everybody. Want to say hi to everybody? Hi. Hi, I'm Dutchie. I'm Dutchie. Okay. That's it, folks. I'm going to give you back whatever time I took from you at this moment in time. Probably like 10 minutes. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please. It really does support the channel. And there are actually things that I want to share with you guys on here, but because of the public nature of this forum, I can't quite openly come out and say them. But there's two major events that are about to transpire in my life. One of them, not so good, kind of personal. The other one, incredibly good. And that's the one I want to really share with you guys. The other one's kind of blah, you know, personal, whatever. But once I pull the trigger on a few things, you guys will be the first to know. But, you know, and I'm not sure what the point was. Oh, I remember what the point was. The point is I'm actually going to try my darndest to go into YouTube full time. I'm going to either create a new channel, start over with a specific, you know, channel for each little niche that I have. So I'll do one for the Bolt EV. I'll do one for cybersecurity and you know, network engineering and whatnot, if there's an interest for that. I may also keep this behind the scenes one to literally have it be behind the scenes. You know, I know some of you guys love to see her. And when she was sick and, you know, not feeling good, there were comments after comments coming in, you know, wishing her well wishes, which to me was, it made the old pitter patter pat just a little bit harder. But she recovered. And then when I was in the hospital, you guys rocked out. You guys made recovery that much more positive for me and my family. You know, my kid took it hard. My wife took it hard. And we're slowly, you know, getting to that point. But that's kind of what I wanted to share with you guys. I want to do more things that allow me to share the knowledge and the experience that I've gained over the last 41 years on this planet. You know, one of the things that I used to love doing is I used to love teaching seminars. I used to do, back in my old life, before I was married, before I had kids, and before little Dutchie was in my life too, I used to rent out like hotel ballrooms, the small ones, like the conference areas. And I used to go in there and I would do a workshop on a specific topic, typically Mac-based because I'm an ex-Apple engineer. But I did some network engineering. I did some, you know, prosumer level electronic stuff. And there were a few other ones, pretty decent. You know, I wouldn't say that I made millions of dollars off of it, but it certainly covered the fees and expenses of the venue. And it allowed me to buy a Subway sandwich when I was done. So the point of that was that I used to go out and share whatever it was that was either important for the people who joined me in that room, or they wanted to hear what I had to say. I was really young. I was 24, 25 years old, pretty much an early career, you know, starter. And when I did this, it was like question after question, you know, how do we do this? How do we do that? And it turned, after a while, it turned into this basically Q&A show where I felt like, hey, let's start off with people asking questions, what they want to know, what they want to get out of the class. And it turned into just an amazing little, I wouldn't say little, it turned into just a collaborative session that shared knowledge and experience. And you know what? Ironically, it wasn't a one-way street. I learned from some of those guys things that I never thought possible. And, you know, there were some engineers in there that just wanted to hear different ways of doing the same thing, or, you know, reinventing the same wheel that we've all trained on for decades on end. And I feel like I want to go back into that, because now I have 15 more years that I've never shared with anybody. So if YouTube will give me that opportunity, if you guys would humor me and do whatever it is to hack the YouTube algorithm, as Network Chuck loves to say, do so ethically, of course, also as Network Chuck says. But, you know, let me know, because I want to do this. I want to put some effort into it. And if it requires me to, you know, shuffle up my lifestyle a little bit and, you know, invest in some stuff, whatever it is, whether it's knowledge or hardware or whatever it is, I'll do it. I want to do it. I want to have some fun with this, you know, less serious stuff, less doomy and gloomy stuff, but more, hey, this is useful stuff that the whole world can use, you know. That's what I want. At least that's what I want for you guys. So go down below, leave me your thoughts, as always. You know, the closure of the video is probably always going to be the same, because it comes from the heart. So you guys all have a good evening, and please like, share, subscribe, whatever it takes. And you guys are the reason we do this, so I thank you for that, and have a good evening. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye.